How's it going today, guys? Welcome back to The Average. My name is Andrew Napier, your host, and I have Joey on here. Now, he is a super cool dude. I actually found this guy I was scrolling through my Facebook feed, and his video popped up, and then I realized he was connected in my market, and I reached out to him. But his video basically was him riding up on a four-wheeler and like had a whole bunch of like studio music going on. Like, it was a really clean video, and it was great. So I reached out to him, and I wanted to get him on the show and talk about his journey and how he got started and how he got to where he's at now. So if you want to introduce yourself, man.
What up, everybody? I'm Joey YAK. YAK stands for You Already Know. And if you don't know by the end of this episode, honestly, man, you probably never will. Bro, I appreciate you having me on, and I'm ready to do the damn thing.
Yeah, definitely. So tell me a little bit about your background. Like, how did you get to where you're at? Like, what started this whole journey? What were you doing before you got started? And
Yeah, so just to make it clear, so like how you said I was rolling on a four-wheeler, like what you were watching was an episode of that. So I built a whole entire business in my backyard. Right now, if we're watching this, I'm in a 10x12 shed, no roof, as you can see with the wood in there. Like, I got drywall, I got floors, I got electricity. That's all I need, right? And I'm very big on owning where I am and who I am, just for the simple fact there's a lot of people out there nowadays that fake the funk and that try to be somebody that they're not. And I am so at peace with my inner self that I can own who I am and where I am, and that's why I attract these high-end clients. And what I do is make custom theme songs for seven-figure entrepreneurs, as well as podcast intros. And I also have a company with Ryan Stewman called $1 Million Media, where we have videographers come out and create content for each other, and we'll get down to that. But when people hear, like, oh, you make custom theme songs, like, they think jingles and they think the corny shit, and like, I'm putting my melody to people's message. And just a quick background about me on how I got there is, man, I'm 28. I've been doing this since I was 9 years old. I'm from St. Louis. So the rapper Nelly was just blowing up in St. Louis. And we met one of his group members from the St. Lunatics, Ali. And my dad would rap, or he thought he could rap. And he grabbed Ali and was like, yo, you need to listen to me rap, blah, 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 blah. And I was in the back seat, like, vibing and beatboxing on my chest. And he was like, look, dude, your son's the star, right? He is a star. I see Disney. Remember, I'm 9 years old. And he's like, we got our number down and we stayed in touch. He started bringing us to video shoots, and like, I would rap to all the St. Lunatics and Nelly, and everybody was like, damn, this kid, he's dope, right? And as they blew up, we lost touch, but that planted the seed inside of me that I needed, saying I'm a superstar, right? And I always believed that. When I played soccer, I was always a superstar inside of my mind. And, you know, as I was growing up, I started to create a buzz in music as well in soccer. So I was the soccer player that did music. And I got 2 years after we met Ali, though, my dad hit the crack pipe, and it was a wrap. You know, now he's recovered and stuff, but like, I lost my dad. I went through some real trauma, some real what I thought was a burning, but now I know is a blessing. Is, you know, it was me, my mom, and my two sisters, and like, we lost the house, lost the cars, moved in with my grandparents, and it was rough on me. And I became kind of that rebel teenage child, right? Like, selling weed and just doing, you know, drinking, popping pills, doing all the dumb shit, having fun, living my life. And it led to me like blowing off D1 scholarships. And basically, long story short, I ended up going to a community college, and I mean, we just kicked it, bro. We just kicked it. And the second year going into it, though, I went over to England, and I got the MVP over in England. I was like, damn, I'm really going to take this shit seriously, right? And as I'm doing this, I'm still throwing shows. I'm still, you know, got my buzz in St. Louis, and I'm making money off of music. Nothing really, like a couple $100, and we all would have fun, get fucked up, and kick it. And the second game into the second year of college, I broke my leg. So instantly in my mind, I was like, fuck, man, I had these dreams. I was going to go back over to England and play and such and such. And then the next day, I found out I was having a baby. And right then it clicked, and I was like, damn, I'm 18, 19 years old. I'm about to have a kid. I'm a boy. I can't even raise myself. So, and my dad's gone, so I'm not a man. No one taught me how to do this. And I dropped out of school. I said, I'm going all in on music, and I got a job, this and that. And the lesson right here that I'm about to say is there's someone always watching you, even when you don't know that they're watching, and they don't even know that they were watching, because I was doing what I was doing, and it got the attention to who? The same person that I met when I was 9 years old, Ali from the St. Lunatics, called me on my phone when I was working. I was working at a car dealership, being a porter, just, washing cars and shit. I hid behind the dumpster. He was like, yo, you know who this is? I'm like, yeah, it's Ali. He was like, I want to sign you. Signed to them. Went out to LA to Universal Republic. We had a meeting with them. But when I got the record deal, I thought I got the job as the manager when really I wasn't even the janitor yet. So a lot of people get jobs and they're like, oh, I'm here and that. And, within 8 months, I kind of lost my hustle and I was still selling weed out of my mom's basement. And I asked for him to let me go. Like, I was like, look, dude, I'm selling weed out my mom's basement with my daughter. She's already born now. I was like, you're not doing shit for me. I thought we were supposed to, like, what's up? Where's the money? Where's everything? I just didn't get it. I was young. I was immature. I was stubborn, right? And I just wanted it to go now. I didn't have any patience. So he let me go with no lawyers involved or nothing. Like, that was some shit. A lot of artists want to get out of their situation and they're trapped because it is what it is, a business. But he's known me for so long and he knew my situation. He let me go. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You cutting out there for like at the smidge pit at the end. But, okay. It came in pretty good.
All right, cool. So with that being said, I started grinding my ass off. Like the next day I got back to that hustle that I always known of. And I got into another management, and then the legendary group, Crazy Bone Thugs and Harmony, Crazy Bone from that group, heard about me. He was like, yo, if this kid can get out to LA, I would love to listen to him. 4 songs later, he was like, holy fuck, you're a star. Boom. There again in my mind, I'm hearing it again from somebody that's really done this at a level, just like with Ali and them. So with that being said, him saying that, listen to those 4 songs, the next 10 hours, we created a song called Scrape in the Sky, Crazy Bone and YAK Boy Fresh, that's the name of the song. And that led to us doing a music video, which led to me doing a nationwide tour with them for like a year and a half. Fucking, tour buses with my face on it, living the life that everybody thinks is awesome, the American dream, which it ended up being my worst nightmare because I would wake up, pop Adderall, go to sleep. I would have to get fucked up by something, somehow. And I was flying first class on this guilt trip, man, because I was away from my family. I was away from my daughter, and just like my dad was away from me. And I always would tell myself, I don't want to be that person, right? And I heard what I know now is God. And so I'm from St. Louis, a little town in St. Louis called Hazelwood. I would always hear, you're Hazelwood, not Hollywood, go back home. You're Hazelwood, not Hollywood, go back home. And I listened to that. I heard that for like a year, as in like, I'm just feeling this pain. I'm drinking every day. Like I'm just hurting. I'm living out there where everybody wants to be at. And like, but I didn't have inner peace. So the outer side of me, it looked great, but it wasn't, dude. I was miserable. I ended up leaving all that behind. I called my daughter's mom, which is now my wife, which is my high school sweetheart. And the fact that we're even together married is a fucking insane. Like, that's how I know God's real. Like, he blessed me with someone, put her inside of my life in high school. We continued to be together throughout college, like off and on. And then she got pregnant, and, you guys want, people like hearing my story, but her story probably is even crazier because of the fact that she held on to me for so long. And, so when I left that, man, I came home and it was embarrassing, which now it's encouraging because I literally left the normal. Like, God has to interrupt the normal for you to start a new beginning, right? And I came home. I tried to be a landscaper. I tried to be a pipe cover. I tried to do all this shit, and I hated it. Then I got introduced to sales. And when I got introduced to sales, I was like, whoa. Like, I've always been a salesman. I walked into the interview. Someone told me I could get 216% commission plus like $17 an hour. I said, so if I sell something $500, I get $1,000 around there? They're like, yeah. I was like, I'm in. Went there. I had no money. Like, I had my buddy Tommy Webb build my credit for me because I didn't want to come home and start selling drugs and shit. Like, I wanted to be legit. And he got me like $50,000, $60,000 in credit cards, dude. Like, I was like, all right, I'm going to somehow invest in myself and do the damn thing. But I wanted to be able to provide for my family. And I got that sales job. And right a month before I got the sales job, dude, I had this spiritual awakening for real. So when I came home, I had 6 months of just getting fucked up and being the same Joey as I was out in LA. but I totaled my wife's car. I should be dead from that experience, man. Like, supposedly I took like a whole bunch of Molly pills and I was drunk as fuck at a video shoot. And like, I just remember waking up with looking in the rear view and there was like fire, and it was from the wheel falling off for me hitting shit. Like, I was down in St. Louis City, like the ghetto. Like, I'm running around the city, jumping out of the car, scared as fuck, crying. Like, dude, it was a crazy moment. And I ended up going into this this church called Faith Church, man. And like, I tell people, I used to be go gadget ratchet, and it instantly made me overdose on the Holy Ghost. And I ended up, I got baptized. I became a Christian. I started even rapping on stage, like talking about how I'm a Christian on a mission. Like, I literally had I transformed, man. Like, it was really, I had to kill the old me in order for this new me to be born, because it was either homicide or suicide. Homicide was I need to kill me and rebirth, or suicide was I'm going to kill myself if I continue to live this lifestyle. And so I'm sober now. I get this new job that's great pay. And dude, I this 100%, number one sales rep instantly. Stayed there for about a year and a half, ended up quitting because I had this entrepreneur bug. I know my thing's saying internet connection unstable. We good? We good?
Yeah, you're good still. It's it's getting a little frizzy, but yeah, it came in.
Okay. I ended up quitting that sales job, and I had the entrepreneur bug, and I didn't know what I was going to do yet, right? And I think that's everybody needs to know. You don't know what you have to do. You just know that you're on a mission to go find what you are supposed to do. And I was always making songs for other clients at my old job, and just to keep them around because our product sucked at that sales job. So I was like, here, I'll make you a little jingle so you'll stay, right? Just don't leave because I don't want to get a charge back. And, man, I made one for my buddy Zach Babcock. He lives like 20 minutes from me. He's killing it in the podcast industry. And then I made one for Billie Jean as marketing, and that's what really took my shit off, because he posted it. A lot of people started hitting me up saying, damn, dude, that shit's hot. And ever since then, man, I've been making bangers. And I like to call it entrepreneur music, right? I make literally music for the entrepreneur. Like, I talk about sales. I talk about closing deals. I talk about on a mission for commission. Like, I get the entrepreneur and the business mindset because I am one, right? And then it just led me to building relationships. And now I own a company with Ryan Stewman, $1 Million Media. So it's the journey has been just insane, bro. But it's just the beginning, I truly believe. And I'm at a place now financially, spiritually, emotionally, that I'm able to really expand in a way that I never knew I was going to ever be able to expand. Like, I grew up in scarcity, and I've tasted a little bit of abundance. In 2019, man, I've been doing my theme songs and stuff, but I took a role with Wake Up Warrior and Garrett J. White as an intrapreneur, right? I humbled myself. Everybody thinks they need to be the man. I was like, fuck that, dude. I'm tired of building and burning. And I just was the director of organic marketing for them, creating content, engaging with comments. I really wanted to learn from a company that's doing 40 million in revenue. Like, I want to learn from you guys, right? And then in 2020, it was my time to, spread my wings and fly again. But I've done a lot. I know I'm going to do a lot. And I just truly believe that if people really are looking to expand every day and they're willing to humble themselves, everybody out here nowadays, they're trying to they want everyone to know who they are, but they don't even know who they are. Like, you don't even know you, bro. So why are you trying to have everybody know you? And I know I'm just keep talking and this shit happens a lot, but it's just something that I feel in my soul. It's like so many people need to be focusing on them and don't get hyped up in this loud, chaotic world. Like, if you can find silence in all the chaos, man, you can find some inner peace, man. That is inner peace right there, is when you find silence in the chaotic world.
Definitely. And I agree with you there. A lot of my struggle when I first got started, I was hopping from business opportunity to business opportunity, like with that shiny object syndrome. And I didn't really find what I like to do until it kind of came to me on accident. Like, a bunch of people just started hitting me up and they're like, hey, you're really good at doing this thing. You should do this. And I ended up liking that thing. So I'm like, holy shit, wait, now I'm good.
Right. But here's the thing I want to say with that is, I'm making a profit from my passion, right? I fucking love music. But I realized I don't, and when I started making money off of music is when I started making the music about others and not about me, right? when all these artists and rappers, they make songs about them. But when you make it, I literally write stories about trauma in other people's lives and stuff. And it sounds like you know them, and music is the sound of a feeling. But with shiny object syndrome, like people get caught up in like, I gotta make a profit from my passion, when really there is a way to fund your passion. Like, I want to get this popular as FYP, fund your passion, because everyone doesn't have the ability, the time, the money, the resources, which they could go find it. But if you could just change your perspective and mindset on, I'm going to fund my passion, which means you're at the job, you're at the place where you bring income in, just in your mindset. I'm doing this. I'm trusting God's will because I know I'm going to fund what my passion is. Whatever your passion is, it's one of those questions. It's like, if you could do anything and you didn't have to worry about money, what would it be? That answer to that question should be what you're going to work for and stacking money to the side so you can fund that, right? A lot of people sometimes don't even care about making money from their passion. They just are bored and they have no your purpose in that. Fund your purpose, fund your passion. That's what FYP in my mind stands for. So there's a lot of people that I know that make great money, but they're miserable. And it's like, they make great money and they're miserable. And it's like, bro, you have an opportunity to fund your passion and fund your purpose. You just need to figure out what it is. It's not that you hate your job. You just have the wrong perspective on it. You don't have to go to work. You get to go to work because you're funding your purpose and you're funding your passion. You feel me?
Yeah, no, 100% there. Because like for the longest time, I came from a brick and mortar like business background. I was actually a part of a shop owner, and I basically was stuck at the shop working Monday through Friday. But it was what started me on my whole entrepreneurship journey and like starting my real estate and doing all the shit that I have now. It all started by me working that day job and doing the stuff on the side. And a lot of people don't want to go through that, but like that's literally how you're gonna find what you love. Like just hearing how you talk and hearing how you speak, like you found your passion, you know what you love, you get paid to do what you love. And that just makes your life so much more better. That makes your family life better. That makes everything better because you wake up and you're like, holy shit, this is my life. I love digging it. Now, kind of reverting back to when you started your company and when you partnership, like, did you do that like a entrepreneur and an entrepreneur way? Did you go out and start the front? Did you go out and like try to build all the systems, or were you like, hey, I'm good at the music, I'm good at doing this, could you do all this so where it's profitable and let me focus on what I'm doing?
Yeah, so that's why I partnered, right? Like, I am great at creating content. I'm great at getting attention. I'm great at sales. I'm great at knowing how to create marketing content, but I don't know how to spend the money properly, let's say, or what CRMs to use, like all that technical shit. I let Ryan do. Ryan handles the money, and Ryan even generates a lot of leads. Ryan has a resource of 100,000 plus people. So it's like, okay, and here's the way you need to think is like, I can go 50-50 with somebody, or I can be 100% with me, but I'm going to make more, be known more, get out there even quicker if I 50-50 with you than 100% with me. I'm going to need years or more experience probably to learn all this shit. So but I also have done that by myself before. And that's why he knows of me. There's so many people that have tried to hire me that I got to the point where I was like, so many people want to hire me. Someone's going to want to partner with me, right? Like, I'm not for sale anymore. Because peep this, man, at the end of 2019, Garrett, when I spread my wings and, it was time for me to fly again, I didn't choose that. Like, I basically got fired a little bit. He was like, yo, and basically because I was the director of organic marketing. He was like, fuck it, we're done with organic marketing. Like, they were saving money. Like, I know I'm hip. And, I was like, it's going to make me bitter, but that won't make me better. So my perspective was like, it is my time. I'm a fucking king. I am about to go rise, and I'm about to go grind and build my fucking empire again. I'll never have that stomach feeling again of being let go. So like I've had these experiences in my life drinking. April 11th, it'll be 1 year of no Adderall anymore. I was prescribed on that damn near my whole life, and I let go of that. It's almost 1 year of that. Like, I had these clicks in my mind where Tim Grover, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan's trainer, really cool with him, done some music with him. But what he said was, you know, when you don't trust your instincts trust you, because you have seen, you get these instincts of fuck that, I'm doing it, and you do it and you don't even think ever again about it. Adderall, alcohol, I'll never be for sale again. Like, I had that click. And when I reached out to Ryan, basically I was like, yo, like, I'm done with them. I'm letting you know I'm available because I know you fuck with me and I know you always wanted me to create your content, but I'm not working for nobody. And he was like, good, because I want to start a company with you. I was like, bet that. And now I got a whole bunch of people that reach out to me and they're always wanting to create me to create content. And I do creative consulting for other companies on the outside. And, but yeah, man, to answer the question, it's like, I focus on my strengths. I'm interested in learning everything because I truly believe you got to get high on your own supply. Like, I'm one of those guys. If I don't know how to do it, I want to go learn how to do it just so, like, it doesn't look like I'm like, fuck it. I mean, sometimes don't waste your time doing all that if someone else is handling it, especially when you're in, you know, a real business, right? I've always been a backpack hustler. I've always been just a hustler. Like, I make the money, it's my money. It wasn't like I make the money, put some to the side. Like, I'm just now getting over that fact that. And that's where a lot of people are, bro.
Oh yeah, that 100% for sure. Everybody just feels like this is my money. I'm not going to save it. I'm not going to throw it into anything. It gets crazy, and that it shifts everything in the mindset. Now, your clicks that you kind of went through, obviously there was a God impact and a religious impact there, but what was there like? Was that the main thing pushing you, or was it like once your daughter came into this world, you had like a giant click, and you're like, this is like what I have to do. I have to put in for this. Like every single moment and in your story, you had like one of them clicks, and just listening to it, you can tell when them clicks happen. But was that led on by God, or was it led on by your own mentality being like, hey, God's telling me to do this. This really is a path. Let me go here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So I believe it's a little bit of both, right? Because look, believing in God is a choice, right? It is like you get to decide if you believe in that. Just like everything else, everything in life is a decision, right? So if you can, but a lot of people don't trust themselves. They don't trust their own decisions and their own choices because they haven't had small wins. I put out a video called How Did I Build My Confidence was the title. And it's simple is sexy. Small is sexy because it builds your confidence up on small wins. Those big power moves, as you see, like, oh shit, right now I own my own business doing custom theme songs. But that was from all the subliminal moves that I went through. So the math question is 9 subliminal moves plus one more probably may equal your big power move, right? So it's a decision, and I have experienced this spiritual feeling, which it is a spiritual feeling for me. So I've connected to that, and it's being aware of, if I continue doing what I do right now, is it going to make me better than who I am right now? And everything that I stopped, I had to ask myself that question. Is this bettering me, or is it making me sit right here? Alcohol, it was literally destroying me. Gots to go. Adderall, I asked the question, do I want to be 35, 40 years old, going fucking to the doctor every month, getting a script and relying on this pill? Nah, bro. I don't want to do that. And then I've had too much pain in my life that I have overcome. I have had too much weakness that I turned into strength. All these burdens that I said, fuck that, that's my blessing. All this trauma, all this trials that I was like, fuck that, I'm going to make it a triumph, right? Like, I have all these things that I turn into a positive. I tell people, like, my purpose in life is package up all of my pain and present it as a product or to my platform, because you know, being an expert or something, you just have to be one step ahead of somebody. I'm only 1 year off of Adderall, but people that are going through Adderall hit my inbox all the time from hearing podcasts like, how did you do it? Like, talk to me. And it just goes to show, man, that I've had so many small wins that I trust me. My instincts trust me, and I know I'm capable of anything I want, because I truly believe that everything we go through is to grow through it, and that it's like any pain is just future positivity, because if you're not dead, you're not done.
Dude, that's just pure facts right there. 100%. I love that. So kind of like take me into
Real,
how you
truly believe it, man. I truly believe it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you have to, especially with having faith. Like faith is a giant step for people to take and dive into, and like having both faith in religion, having faith in yourself is like a giant mentality breaker. Just motivates anybody and everybody. And now, kind of take me into like the marketing side of, well, not necessarily the marketing side, more of like the video creation side of like what you do. Like, what does your day to day look like? If you have a client, you're trying to do something, what does that kind of like run through?
Well, like, so me and Ryan's company, what we do is, what we learned is people, like, it's crazy too. People that have already built big shit, a lot of them aren't doing content online. It's weird. And it's because they're focusing on their own business. So the pain points that I found out was, one, they don't have time to film. Two, they don't know where to start. Three, they look funny on camera, or at least they think they look funny. Four, they don't know what to talk about. There's just a whole bunch of shit. So literally what we do is we have videographers across the United States. They go and they film once a day, right? Just once. And we film 10 to 15 minutes of content, and that's for YouTube. So you have an intro, and then I make a dope ass intro, or like, hey guys, what up, y'all? I'm Joey YAK.
You went silent, sadly. Okay, we're good now, I think. It went quiet for a second.
Get that shit out. So what we do is we go out to a company once a month, okay? And we film like 4 or 5 pieces of content. And we take the 10 to 15 minutes of content and we make it a YouTube series, but we also make, 1-minute clips, like the influencer type of videos that you see. Like I said, the pain points, man, they just don't know what to talk about. They look funny on camera. They don't know a videographer. So we're taking that problem. But here's what I want to talk about video, right? Like, I could tell you my day-to-day and everything, but let's get real on here and talk about why video is important. It's because video is the new face-to-face. Like, I do custom personal sales videos as well. If you were somebody that was trying to get a theme song for me and I knew you were a prospect, I knew you had money, I knew like you just haven't pulled the trigger yet, I would make a video saying, hey, what up, bro? Just following up with you. Just wanted to touch base. I hope everything's going well. Won't lie to you, though, dude. I did a little bit of creeping on you, and I made this. Check it out. Boom. And the song, I'll make a song, and boom, and that motherfucker will be about you. At the end, it's like, hey, man, hope you fuck with that. Let me know if you want to talk about this later. Dude, I have like a 95% rate of winning with that. And I know I do music and like the shit's different, but people nowadays like don't send a fucking PowerPoint without voice on it, without your face on it. Like, you can have a custom template of, like, if you say you have a PowerPoint you send to everybody. If you just learned a little bit of video editing, am I cutting out?
No, you're good.
All right, cool. I just didn't know you were cutting out a little bit on mine. And I can teach people this, man. Like, I'll give you guys the game on how to fucking video edit a little bit, on where it's not, you're not being like this dope video editor, but all you need to do is like have an intro, which would be, hey, what's up, man? Just following up with you. I know you're interested in my product. Actually, I put together this custom proposal for you, and you say their name in there. Like, hey, Joey, this custom proposal for you. Let me know how you like it. Boom. It'll flash to the proposal, and the proposal's already been made. So you use that for every single video, just like I do with my testimony video, my Who is Joey YAK video. You know what I'm saying? And then at the very end, it's like, hey, if you have any questions, Joey, another one. And dude, I do it with my iPhone. It's just the new face, especially during these Corona times, right? The new face-to-face is virtual, digital videos, and being personal and custom, because there's victory in being vulnerable. So that's the sales side. So if I wanted to teach anybody regarding like how to make video content, what type of content to make, be you, own you, like Joey YAK. Fuck, I got video of me sitting on top of my shed. Hey, up here. Hey, this is the BB backyard business. Then it jumps into an intro. I'm showing you who Joey is. And I'll be honest, I've had so many wins, but it took me a very long time to get to the point of being comfortable that I make thousands and thousands of dollars making these songs, but I still live in a 2-bedroom house. I have 2 kids. I have a wife. I own all of me. There's victory in being vulnerable. People want to learn your story, go through your story, and be a part of your story because people are watching you at all times. And the best part about it is they don't even fucking know they're watching you. It's your choice to make content and be in front of them to say, damn, now I'm watching. And then you continue to grow. So that's my whole lesson about when I say people are watching you. Some people are like, no, they're not. Well, yeah, they're not fucking watching you because you're not doing nothing. So own who you are. There's victory in being vulnerable. I'm not saying, cry every fucking day, but I'm saying people want to see your trials that you turn into triumphs. People love a comeback story, man. People love an underdog, and I'll be an underdog. It doesn't matter how much money I make, where I get, I'll always be an underdog in my mind, mentality-wise.
100%. I'm literally the same way. Like, you basically took words out of my mouth. Like, when people get to watch what you struggle through and you show people what you're struggling through and like you're going through, like, it connects on a whole new different level. It's a whole type of humanity level connection that people are avoiding and missing nowadays. Now, how did you this is more of a curiosity question. How did you come up, like, how did you get your name? Like, obviously, you switched up your name to cover your business front because to blossom who you want to be and, like, show that. But, like, how did you come up with that? How does that all come about?
So, right? We've always, like, years ago, like, me and the homies is kicking it like, yak, 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 like yak. We always would say yak, like, hey, you going out tonight? I see my internet connection unstable. Good now?
Yeah, you were cutting it out at the end, but it's cool now.
All right. We would always say yak. Like, you going out tonight? Yak. What are we doing? Yak. Because it's like you already know. And I'll tell you what, man, like, so I was Yak Boy Fresh, and that was so big. And it was dude, I was so close to being this breakout superstar rapper, right? Like, I was underground. I was doing my thing. And we were doing a lot of we would have probably been there way faster, but we were doing, like, what I know now as a business owner. Like, I was on tour with Crazy Bone and Bone Thugs. Great story to tell. Wrong demographic. I should have been with Justin Bieber. We did one with Stevie Stone that is with Strange Music with Tech Nine. No, that's not my demographic, right? So, like, that even played a part probably of, like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I'm not even supposed to be around, and that's another thing is, like, when you create content, bro, it's not for everybody. It's for your demographic. I put a song out the other day called Middle of the Breakthrough, and there was this one dude that was like garbage, but I knew of him back in the day, and, like, he listens to, like, a Lil Boosie and a Lil Durk, and, like,
Right,
I'm not his demographic, right? So, like, I was like, yo, bro, it's all love. Like, I get it, like, I didn't put this out for you to listen to it anyways. All love. I'm at a place in my life where I can do that. A lot of people would be butthurt, and I've been there already, right? And I don't even trip off that. But Yak, man, Yak Boy Fresh, I had to kill him. And Joey, like, I almost started going by JJ and it was going to stand for Just Joey. And just is just like truth. And Joey is who I am. Like, I've never called myself Joey. So, but Yak brand, like, Yak is spiritual as fuck to me now because Yak stands for you already know. And in my heart, like, and in your heart and in everybody's heart, we already know what we need to know to do what we want to do and need to do. And if we don't know, we just already know that we need to go learn it. So that's why I kept Yak, because it became such spiritual to me. It used to be like, yo, Yak, got to fit the Yak in the backpack. Like, we used to fuck around like that, like some ate up shit. But now it's like, you already know. Like, when I get into a funk, when I'm asking why, when I'm, going through pain, it's like, you already know. You know what I'm saying? And then the studio CEO is just catchy as fuck. So, I mean, a studio CEO, I'm making music for CEOs and for business owners, and that's how that came about.
Definitely. No, I was just curious on the Yak part because that was just like it. I saw that and I was like, wow, he's really vibing with this. And I was going through your content and I was like, holy shit, like, that's literally his name. He's changed his name and demographic to that. And I was like I had to know the story behind it.
Yeah,
now,
man, Yak has always been a part of me, and it always will. Like, when I went to Warrior, they didn't really know about Yak Boy Fresh that much. So they were always like, Joey Yak, you got to rise above him. And I said, with all due respect, man, Yak will never leave. Like, Yak is spiritual as fuck to me, and I am Yak. Like, it's a family, dude. We got like 75 people with Yak tattoos. Some people got it on their fucking neck. Like, around where I'm from, bro, like, Yak is real. It's not really probably spiritual to them, but it's very spiritual to me. And it's something that's, shit, I got it tattooed 2 times on me, on my wrist and on my fucking arm. Like, You already know. And, other people as well, I think it could be spiritual to them, man. When they hear you already know, hopefully they think of yak, or if they ever hear the word yak, it's like, you already know. Whatever your questions you're asking, you already know. You just have to have that inner peace with yourself and be able to silence all this chaotic world. Find silence, not be able to silence it, because we're not God. We're not going to be able to silence the world. In the Bible, it says in the world, you'll see trouble. And it's like John 16:33 or something like that. Like, there's supposed to be trouble and there's supposed to be loud noise, but it's not about, being a part of the noise. It's finding silence in the chaotic noise, right? And other people, man, like you were saying something about faith with religion. Like, you don't have to be religious to have a relationship with God.
Oh,
like, I haven't been to church probably in like a year, and like, not saying like that's like, it's nothing wrong with it, or it's not good that I haven't been, but like, I got my shed door open right now, bro, and I'm looking at the trees and I'm looking at the grass, and there's a bird picking at a worm right now. And like, there's something fantastic with what we become familiar with. Like, there's a spiritual part about you and I talking right now. The fact that I know the internet connection keeps fucking up, and anybody listening, if it's fucking with you, I'm sorry. But there's a spiritual connection of like, simple is sexy, because we're so familiar with what's fantastic, and this life is fantastic. I'm my phone right now and talking to it, and you can understand it. My mouth is moving and there's noise coming out that I just waved to the camera. Like, bro, that's fucking amazing. And I think we just get so lost, and that fucking internet's fucking up again.
Yeah, it cut off a little bit at the end, but
It's all good.
yeah, we'll see how it comes out in the recording and everything. But yeah, so on that, I mean, I so totally agree with you there. And like, when it comes to religion and everything, everybody gets caught up in the church thing. Like, if you're not going to church, you're a sinner. But I have it tatted on me on my right arm. I'm Andrew, and my mom named me after Andrew in the Bible, which is basically the gatherer of people. So I bring people together. That's been my thing since birth. That's how I came about. And what I've come to realize is that people don't necessarily not believe in religion or believe in God. They believe that the system has corrupted it and turned it into a way to make income, which I kind of agree but kind of don't agree with. But just like me and you were talking about it right now, this is faith, this is church. Anybody listening, you're now a part of a church session, basically, because we're talking about it in a positive light, and we're bringing you inspiration and motivation, and we're in a congregation of more than one person. So that in itself is church. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful, bro. Church isn't a building. Church is the people. And it's if you're focused on like, if you're just sitting there like church is a scam because they're taking money from people, like, that's the wrong perspective to have. It is what it is, man. If that's what it is, cool. Like, then you can go believe that, but I won't fall into that negativity. What is that going to do for me? That goes back to the being bitter won't make you better. So you need to switch those two letters, like straight up, the E and the I, bitter, better. Switch the I, switch the E for the I. So let's get better, not get bitter. And like, I'm not even tripping off that, dude. Like, I won't lie. When I first started going, like me, my wife, like we were going to this mega church, and, they always would ask for, getting on direct deposit type shit. And we would look at each other and like, and I would start tithing and stuff. But let me tell you something, man, how I tithe, how I give my 10% is every month I create someone that I'm watching. I'm always watching. And if you're crushing shit and you're doing your thing and you're being positive, I might slip into that DM with a Dropbox link of a banger for you, because I'm able to tithe that way and use my gift on giving to other people. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never get too big for that. I'll never get that's how I give back. And, I think it's better than money, right? Like, I charge fucking a lot of money for what I do, and I'm just giving people that type of shit. Like, yo, I'm blessing you with what God's blessed me with, my melody, your message. Here you go. And it just builds a relationship, man. Like, I'm real big on building real relationships, eye-to-eye relationships. I don't have to know you in person to feel your soul. And I guarantee you, if you're listening to this right now, all the way through, you feel my energy. And like I said on the call, you already know. And if you don't know by the end of this episode, you never will. You know now. You see my energy. You feel my energy. You know that I know who I am, and it's nothing cocky or nothing like that. I've built confidence in myself, and I truly want to see other people win. And that's why I do podcasts like these, is because I'll take an hour out of my day, because you never know who's listening. And once again, you never know who's watching.
Dude, 100% facts. I totally agree with that. And like, it's kind of funny. Like, it's just feeling your energy and just hearing how you talk. You definitely can feel the energy and get the vibe off it. Like, out of a lot of people that I've interviewed, a lot of people have like kind of shuttled who they are. And you are definitely one of the brightest people that I have come in contact with when it comes to doing these podcasts and stuff. Like, I love your personality and everything. But we're closing out a little bit of time. So if people want to find out more about you, if people want to learn more about you, where's the best place for them to go find you and go see some of your stuff?
Yeah, so I'm Facebook. I'm Facebook and Instagram all day. So Instagram is Joey.yak, YAK, and then Facebook is Joey YAK, and then Joey YAK Peeper, PIEPER, spelled Piper, but it's Peeper. And on my personal page, man, I'm very personal. If anybody wants to reach out regarding like alcohol, Adderall, just pain and how like what you're going through right now, and you're like, fuck, man, like I just can't seem to change my perspective. Because if you could change your perspective, you really can change your life, man. And I'm a witness to that. Or if you want to do work, you want content creation, you want a custom theme song, podcast intro, just reach out to me personal. You know, I could throw in my funnels and all that type of shit, but fuck that. Like, just reach out to me and let's talk like on a one-on-one basis.
Definitely. I fucking love that. Totally love that. So yeah, guys, you know where to find out more about him. I appreciate everybody being on the average, and I will see you guys on the next episode.